now.
This is getting better and better.
Get some recipes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I can't believe you've done this.
Welcome to the EVOVLE podcast, a podcast that explores personal evolution through our choices and overcoming life's challenges. The EVOVLE community is your ultimate destination for personal growth and evolution.
True to form, I get to continue to be the dumbest person in the room. That's fantastic. Thank you.
Did you ever get a quantum physical explanation for how to bake a meatloaf from a corn star? Bake a meatloaf from a corn star?
And you're listening to another EVOLVE Short. Today's topic is the car you had in high school. Casey, we're going way back. Now, Miles is taking a nap today, so he's not with us. And we would go way, way back with him. So we're not going hot tub time machine today, but we are going maybe back to the future.
Yeah.
What was the car you had in high school, or what was one of your favorite cars you had in high school if you had multiple?
Well, I only had, so high school, in my generation, or I guess you're a little younger than me, but
like 2 years. Yeah.
2 years? Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, it's funny because there was like the majority of the cars in my high school parking lot were kind of barely making it, right? And then there was one.
Yeah.
Then there was one like some chick got some brand new car. Dad bought her a brand new car, and somehow she had like front row parking. I don't know how they do that. Like
always.
Why didn't I get front row
She
parking?
said she was sweet 16, but everybody knew she wasn't.
Yeah.
And she got the brand new car for being sweet 16.
Yeah. Why didn't I get front row parking? You know?
We know that girl.
Yeah. Everybody had that in their high school. So I was, I was shocked that in a lot of ways that I was allowed to have a car based off my amazing decisions I made my high school years. But
I've driven with you. I'm shocked that you still can have a car.
But I got the hand-me-down, a 1978 Chevy hatchback Monza.
Oh my gosh.
Banana yellow.
The Monza.
The Monza 5-speed manual transmission. Oh baby. I'll tell you what, my brother, the oldest in our family, he started with it, and it was used when he got it. But it did well with him. And then my older sister, I don't know what she did to it. It didn't fare too well with her. And then I got it. It didn't have a gas cap by the time I got it. Just, the blue hand towel at the gas station.
Yeah. You just stick that in.
Wad it up, jam it in there.
Yeah.
And you still felt like $1 million because you were driving your own car. And then I had no clutch. So I was actually fortunate. We had to get a new clutch when I took over the Monza because she had really done a good job burning the clutch out. But I'll tell you what, in northern Utah, a rear-wheel drive hatchback car with the e-brake right by your right leg.
Oh yeah, Donut City.
Look out! Then there's a parking lot full of snow. That's just
that was my favorite time going to church. Is when no one was at church, and we could go do donuts.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know that I like going the other times.
As you hit the entrance at about 60, you're thinking, "Oh, crap, I wonder if they have those parking bumpers in this parking lot."
So was it the two-door? The two-door with the hatchback?
Two-door the hatch.
So it looked like an old Gremlin then.
Oh yeah. I had the licorice dispenser in it. It was amazing.
Oh yeah,
it was good stuff. It's funny.
Ride.
We one time, two quick scenarios with the Monza. We thought, well, let's see how many people we can put in this bad boy. I think we got about 8 or 9 people in the Monza, and we didn't get pulled over. So
was that with the hatchback open, or was it shut?
I don't know if it got shut, but there was probably 4 people in the hatch.
I was going to say, I don't think with 8 people in it. Unless
Oh.
you're talking tiny, tiny people.
Yeah, well, there's some little tiny high school girls and stuff, but I was surprised with me driving, we could
8
get that
people.
many people in there. And
Right,
then the other
right.
funny thing was my little sister was a freshman when I was a senior, and I was thinking I was pretty on top of the world as a senior. So I said, look, I told her, I said, yeah, you and your friend I'll give you a ride to school, but you gotta ride in the hatch. And so the first day of school, I pull up. There's no one in the car, and my little sister and her friend are in the hatchback. I said, you got to pay your dues. You got to pay your dues. It's the Monza.
Did you let them out, or did they have to climb over the seats to get out?
I think I let them out. I don't remember, but yeah, she
Nice.
was so
Nice.
mad. Oh, she was so mad. It was great. But yeah.
That's awesome.
So what kind of hot rod did you sport with your Jerry curl hair in high school?
Yeah, he was an afro, man. I had, before Napoleon Dynamite, I had it. And the funny thing is that in my high school, there were about a half a dozen of us that had curly hair like mine, and we all just let it grow. And we went to we were all friends.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of them that were a year younger than me, and then several that were my age. We all had these massive afros. So we'd go to other high schools. We go watch our football teams play at other high schools.
Yeah.
And so we'd show up and we get to know some of the kids from the other schools. And I remember one day, one of the kids, he looks at my friend Eric and I and said, okay, look, everybody's been asking. I just got to ask you, what is the deal with everybody from your high school getting a perm? Like, why are you guys all perm? He's like, what are you talking about getting a perm? This is natural. And they're like, there's no way. There's all of you guys with these massive afros. You guys have got to be getting perms. And
Did you try the Soul Glow after you watched Coming to America?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it would get all over the car, so I didn't get it. So get this, when I was 14 years old, I don't remember where the idea came from, but I went to my dad and I said, Dad, I've got this car that I love. I love looking at it. I love the style of it. What would you think about going, helping me buy this car? And we spend the next couple of years redoing it.
Okay.
And then that'll be my car that I drive. And he's like, yeah, that's great. And I knew, I kind of knew what I was getting into because I knew my dad was a car guy. We'd done a little bit of car work, a little bit of body work before on some other stuff. And he went for it. So when I was 14, I bought a 1968 Mustang.
Wow,
so
nice.
289 V8. It was just, that was my dream car.
That's awesome.
It was ugly color. The color, the official color was called lime gold. So it was like this lime green, and then it had these kind of puke colored seats in it.
Yeah.
So I spent the next 2 years getting it ready to go. And back then there was no internet, so you would go to the car place, the auto parts store, pick up the catalogs, and the great thing was there were so many catalogs out there that you could basically just replace anything on that car from the catalogs. And so little by little, I would earn money, and then put money into a new fender or a new quarter panel or whatever it was. And so when I turned 16 years old, I got it back from the body shop. We'd had the upholstery redone. I'd done a lot of detailing on the inside myself with like these tiny paint brushes to get all of the console displays looking the way that I wanted to. And so 16 years old, that was my car. It was my dream car. 4-speed manual transmission. And I remember when I was the first night I took it out, I felt like the coolest guy in the world. And I go pick up my friends, and where I grew up, there's a lot of hills. Yeah. And we stopped on this minor hill at a stoplight, and I could not get the car going. Uh-oh. I had no idea how to start a clutch on a hill. So finally, some guy takes pity on me, comes up, knocks on the window. He's like, "New car?" I'm like, yeah. I just got my license today. He goes, "Want some help?" So I got out of my car. Oh. He got me through the light to where it wasn't a hill anymore. and it was all uphill from there.
How many
So-
how many cute girls were in the car when he knocked on the window?
No, just two ugly guys.
Oh, okay.
Two of
That's not-
my buddies.
that's not too bad.
So
Yeah.
I wouldn't take any girls in the car until I knew how to drive and not kill it like that. But that was
That's awesome.
my baby.
Yeah.
I love it, and gosh, I wish I had it today. I tried to convince my dad to let me keep it, and then just continue to buy other cars down the road.
Yeah.
He said, "No, if you want something else, you got to sell that." And
That's awesome.
I jab him still today. Say, we could have kept that 68.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Steve, you're right. We should have."
It should have, yeah. One thing on
Yeah.
my Monza that no one else had is you had to hold it in second or it'd pop out. So
I've seen that with some of those cars.
You
Yeah.
had to hold it in second. Well, I don't think it was supposed to pop out. I think it's supposed to stay.
No, it's not supposed to.
Yeah. But you drive
But I've
along,
seen that.
Yeah, and it pops out. You're like, oh, okay.
Just slip out of gear.
Jam. I think that was a present from my sister because she didn't really know how to drive a stick, but
Yeah,
all good.
that sounds about
it's all
right.
good. I love it. That's awesome.
That's great. Well, how about you, our evolutionary listeners? What was your high school car? Was it a great car? Was it an okay car? Was it like most, where it was held together by duct tape and gummy bears? We'd love to hear from you. So drop us a line and tell us your first car or your high school car story. So there you have it. Another Evolve short is in the books. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at evolve_cast. Join the Evolve community by going to evolve-cast.com to pick up our clothing line. Like this episode, life is short. Now it's time for you to get out there and evolve.
And evolve.